And once again, you're going to control that neutral objective until it is taken back. Now, you may ask, why do I want to control objectives at all? What's the point? I didn't get any victory points right now for doing it. And we live in a society of instant gratification, so why can't I have victory points right now? Well, don't worry. You'll get them if you can hold it to the end of the phase, because it is at the end of the phase that we total up who controls the neutral objectives. The ones up on the high ground there are worth 5 each at the end of the phase, and the ones on the low ground on either side of the board are worth 8, because they're a little bit harder to hold being on the low ground. So worth a little bit more points. There you go. Time to move on to our next activation, which is, as you can see, the last timeline token on round 5. It is the Zaku Linebreaker. Once again, the Linebreaker is the model that has the bazooka. It's in the superhero movement pose right from the Gundam. What we're going to go ahead and do is first we're going to actually use our primary action. We're going to use the Cracker Grenade weapon. So go ahead and look at the unit card for the Zaku 2 Linebreaker and find the Cracker Grenade weapon. Have you found it? When you find the Cracker Grenade weapon, you'll notice that we didn't move. And again, I'll say, you don't need to go move and then primary action. You can do that stuff in any order you want. So in this case, we're going to use our primary action first. Everybody find the Cracker Grenade weapon? All right, I see some of you already rolling dice. You're way ahead of me. All right, so go ahead and check the strength there. Once again, but first, timeline cost. Let's not forget to pay the timeline cost before we start rolling dice. How much does a Cracker Grenade cost? I believe it's 2 on the timeline.
Cracker Grenade is 2.
Timeline cost is 2. So move that Linebreaker timeline token up 2 on the timeline track. Then you can go ahead and roll your dice. I believe it is strength 2 if memory serves.
I got 2 hits.
Okay. Damage, right? Unless I have response. I might have response.
You might have a response.
So, anybody managed to miss all of their dice? I'm looking at you, guy who rolled 3 ones. Oh, you're kidding me. So, okay, listen, the guy who rolled 3 ones, his opponent just rolled 2 ones on this. So,
it's the dice. It's the dice.
So watch out. So, first of all, anybody who rolled hits, go ahead and apply the damage from the weapon on the enemy's unit card, on the Gundam's unit card. And if you again didn't roll any hits, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
That was 2 hits, babe.
Again,
yeah, I got it.
You got 1 pin damage.
Where do you put him on me?
Go ahead.
No, to here.
If you didn't roll any,
wait.
No, you were swinging with the
Oh, that's right. That's right.
on the Gundam's unit card. And then check out, before we get to critical hit effects,
I was trying to see if I had a response.
Check out on that weapon, it has just kind of a regular effect. Outside of the critical hit effects, it says, after combat damage, which we've just dealt, deal 2 damage to each enemy adjacent to the target. Now you're going to notice, right next to the Gundam is a blue garrison. That is an enemy garrison. Enemy garrisons and enemy units are both enemies, so you actually get to do 2 damage to that garrison. Garrisons have 1 hit point each, so you have destroyed that garrison.
Love it.
Players, go ahead and take the garrison off the board, put it in your victory area there.
Oh.
And
Versus the garrisons go there.
Yay!
Those are points at the end.
Right, I just didn't know that
Yeah,
you
he
destroyed it and it goes there.
Yeah, he said that earlier. He said you're destroyed and you're
go ahead and go back to the Cracker Grenade weapon one more time.
Your rescue and destroyed the other.
1 fell.
Because you just destroyed it, you get another 2.
Plus 1 damage. So if you manage to roll a crit, does anyone roll a crit? All right, we got a couple critical hits.
That's right.
More damage to that Gundam. The important thing is to follow the order that we just followed, right? Where you do the attack.
Over here, they're on the front. How to earn victory
Check to
points.
see if there's any responses to that combat damage, then move on to the critical hit effects. It's important that you follow the order and make sure everything progresses correctly. There you go. Now, we already used our primary action, but we can still move. So we're going to go ahead and move that Zaku Linebreaker. Now, before you move it, you are actually engaged. Congratulations. No, I don't mean it like that. I mean that if you are currently near any enemy, you get -1 movement. So you only get 2 hexes of movement for this advance, but that is enough to just hop over the gap, back and to the left, to the spot with the energy token on. And now as
You or me? That's you.
pick that energy token up and put it on the Linebreaker's unit card. You've gained an energy there. You'll notice too that the Linebreaker has an ability that costs energy. If you wanted to, if this was just you playing, you could use it right now. For the purposes of the demo, we're going to not
That's
use
cool.
this Yanzai unit ability right yet. Just remember that it's there when we defeat it. There you go. Alright, and that's going to be the end of the activation. So now on to our final activation, the scripted stuff. Then you're going to be free to play as you want. Let's go ahead and do something with the gun tank. Now the gun tank, we will actually advance first. Once again, the gun tank is engaged. Oh, it's Valentine's Day. But it's not kind of engaged that I'm talking about that. We're going to move 2 hexes again, back into the left. This time, you'll notice there is an upgrade token on the spot that you're going to land on. Just back to the left on the high ground, just a short hop over the gap there. Now when you grab that upgrade token, turn it over and put it on the gun tank's unit card. It's going to be one of 3 different things. It is going to be either a speed upgrade, which is the green one. That means you're advanced from now on. You get to move 4 instead of 3 as you advance. You leave with the red fist one, which we already talked about. That's a strength upgrade. That just means you roll 1 more dice on every attack roll. It could also be a shield upgrade, the blue one. Anybody have a shield upgrade? Any of that one? Okay, great. So what shield upgrades do is they're a little bit more complicated. But next time there'll be incoming damage, the shield will absorb one of that damage, and when it does, you flip the shield upside down to show that it's deactivated. It won't absorb any more damage until the next time the unit with the shield upgrade acts. Then it will flip back upright, and you'll get to absorb another damage. It's kind of cool. It's like a shield that keeps coming back every activation for that unit. So anyway, you got your upgrades. Now we've created some space between us and everything else. We're going to go ahead and attack. Now I know Char is attempting target, but we're actually going to attack the garrison that we've landed next to on that high ground. Because we are also engaged with the garrison. This is getting to be a complicated relationship. Oh, yes.
When I attack.
But the garrison also acts as an enemy, so it also does produce an engaged status if you are right next to it. So when you engage with an enemy, you have to choose that enemy for at least one of the targets in your attack.
Okay.
Since the attack we're going to do only has 1 target anyway, we have to attack that garrison. Once again, the nice thing is that it only has 1 HP, so it's easy to take out. Now, because we're attacking a garrison, we're going to generally want to use the weapon that has the lowest timeline cost, which I believe is a 4-2 misfortune on the gun tank. That's right. So that has a timeline cost of 2.
I just need to hit you for
first
1,
things
right?
first, move the gun tank up 2 on the timeline. Once again, range doesn't really matter. We're adjacent to our enemy. And you're going to go ahead and roll 2 dice. There is also an additional effect on that weapon, but it doesn't really apply here, so don't worry about it. Also, the critical effect in this case doesn't really apply here because you can't put negative status effects on garrisons. So, has anybody managed to miss both dice? Again, I'm coming over this table. We got a hit? Alright, the curse is broken. The curse is broken. Wonderful. If you've done at least 1 damage, you've destroyed the garrison, so take it off the board and give yourself 2 victory points. And if you manage to miss both hits, that's okay. Go ahead and pretend you did damage to it anyway. Take it off the board and give yourself 2 victory points. Happy Valentine's Day. And there you go. That's the end of the gun tank activation. So from here on out, you are free to play as you will. So
What's this one?
go ahead and go to it on the timeline. Just to review, we should have Zaku 2 on round 6.
Yep.
Round 7 should get a little bit more complicated. We should have the Enforcer on top of the Line Breaker. And we should have the Gundam on top of the Gun Cannon. And then on round 8, we should have the gun tank all in this lonesome for now. If everyone's in that spot, we're good to go. Go ahead and start playing. It's going to be Zaku 2's activation next. And again, if you have any questions, raise your hand and our staff will come over and help out. Hope you've enjoyed the demo.
I don't understand
to play the game once again. March 4th. A lot of exciting stuff to tell you, so go ahead and keep an eye out for that.
A couple things. One, is this
Just a starting token? Yeah, so that's your like base. So when your units get destroyed, there's like a combination of things, right? So say for instance, gun tank gets destroyed. Gun tank goes back to gun tank's like
All
farm.
right. Thanks for playing, everybody.
The person that
Got
destroyed gun
questions,
tank
feel free to ask.
earns
Enjoy
the
listening.
victory point value. So for gun tank it's 3, so you get 3 victory points.
Okay.
And then gun tank's token on the timeline advances 2.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter where gun tank is all the time, it advances 2, and that's going to signify the repair time.
Okay.
Makes sense. So it's a
then-
respawn. Like
yeah.
okay.
So then when it's like, say gun tank dies and comes back on 10, when it's gun tank's like turn 10 activation, you'll be like, hey, gun tank comes back, puts him on, the base.
Okay, so like if gun tank died here, it just keeps going back, right?
Yeah, so if gun tank died on, was that 6?
It was 8.
Then
Yeah.
you get pushed to 8. and then you can't kill gun tank again because it's
Yeah,
it's like
so it just
so low.
keeps going back, and then when it gets to 10, I
So-
can start playing.